Millions of Americans get their cars' oil changed annually, but most of them do not know where that oil actually comes from.
It is estimated by the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality that Americans produce 1.3 billion gallons of waste oil each year, making us the top consumer of oil, which also makes us the top contributor to climate change.
According to NASA, CO2 is up 400 parts per million, global temperature is up 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are losing 250 billion metric tons of land ice every year.
Even though climate change is officially accepted by the U.S. government, some people, such as Senator Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma, still claim that climate change is a hoax.
Inhofe argues that the large amount of snowfall in the Northeast is proof that climate change isn't real, when in fact, NASA has explained that this is a direct result of a changing climate.
It is known that climate change causes abnormal weather conditions, and in this case, a high-pressure system pushed the polar vortex south of where it's supposed to be and placed it over the Northeast. So now that it is established that climate change is real,
why is it bad?
Well, the U.S. Global Change Research Program has directly linked climate change to both drought and rising sea levels.
For example, the current drought in California is classified as a D4 exceptional drought, which harms agriculture and food prices across America.
Furthermore, rising sea levels could displace millions of Americans.
In fact, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration estimates that 40% of Americans live in coastal areas.
Some models even project that New York could be put underwater.
A major contributor to this is not the car you drive, but rather the oil it uses.
Most oil comes from rigs such as these. Although oil spills are directly associated with these rigs, the Clean Air Task Force reports that the black carbon and methane they release heavily contributes to climate change.
The Environmental Protection Agency says that black carbon is the strongest and the most potent light-absorbing greenhouse gas.
The Environmental Defense Fund says that although methane is short-lived, it is 84 times more potent than regular carbon emissions.
So, not only is climate change very real and very dangerous, oil rigs contribute heavily to this issue.
But how can we fix this?
Easy,
with motor oil. Contrary to common knowledge, motor oil can actually be recycled.
Valvoline's Next Gen, for example, is made of 50% recycled oil.
So, if every American purchased this 50% recycled oil, then our normal yearly consumption would be cut by 650 million gallons.
If oil rigs only run for half of the time they normally would for producing motor oil, then black carbon and methane emissions would decrease drastically.
And with this lessening of greenhouse gases, the drought in California may improve, New York won't ever be put underwater, and the Northeast may just get less snow.
For the future of America.
Buy recycled.